I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. We stealing at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot still trying to flip it out the stove. Rocking fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, might crash cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no I can't keep from me. Told me I should leave, I see the bigger picture and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it, we gon' get back on our feet. And I put it on me. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Or die too young. 100 miles per hour might crash cause good die young. But here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home.
Some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets ugly, but I got a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop, he paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire. D-Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gon' block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I'm fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I meant it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, get me to play. Roger that, gang torn, alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all. Thought I was done? No. This beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, sicko mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, frozen with the flow.
Hey yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace, you gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted, and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk how you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. About my chicken and its rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing you. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk how you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream right here every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Oh, baby! Guys, Bitcoin gave us a little bit of a move to the upside right up to some very, very, very specific key levels that we were looking for an actual rejection at. Now, I want to talk about these key levels that we have come up to, and now we are starting to get a little bit of a dump here. So I want to talk about not only the pump to the upside, where are those levels of resistance that we were looking at? Why were we looking at them? Why was price likely to come up to these levels and reject from them? I want to talk about that, and then I also want to talk about why we are seeing a little bit of a rejection right now. Talk about this little dump. Is this the top of that little rally that we just got, or are we just simply going to put in a higher low at one of these levels down here before continuing a move to the upside? We're going to be talking about all of that on tonight's live stream, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching tonight and spending your precious time here with the Candle Mafia and your boy Frankie Candles to do a little bit of TA on that thing, Bitcoin, that sometimes goes sideways forever and then sometimes pumps and dumps like we just saw today. So we're going to be talking about all that on tonight's live stream, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys will all have multiple chances to win some free crypto. Shout out to Ken Smith said, to be honest, I missed that Frankie Candles energy, but we're back, baby. We are back and in action. But smash up that like button, guys. Every 100 likes you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys will all have a chance to win some free crypto, maybe some free Frankie Candles hats, and some free months in our premium Discord, or the kitchen, as I like to call it, guys. We are going to be doing a little bit of a bigger giveaway on this week's giveaway, just because we had a little bit of a wonky week last week, obviously. But we're going to add all those giveaways up, and we're going to do a big giveaway this week on Friday. So stick around for that, and don't forget to smash the like button. But guys, we're seeing some interesting price action on Bitcoin. And again, today I want to focus on two things. Number one, where we came up to that key level of resistance that we rejected, because it was something we were looking at on the live stream for a very, very specific reason. And we saw things play out almost exactly as we wanted to. And then we'll talk about the local price action and talk about where I think price is likely to go over the next week or so. Shout out to Isaac, says 100K 100K subs by the 25th of December, LFG. Hey, I'm in on that. I'm in on that, bro. 100x long on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Going for 100K subs by December 25th, I guess, by Christmas. So, yeah, let's go. Shout out to Isaac. But, guys, before we jump into it, let me go ahead and bring this chair up a little bit and say what's going on to the Candle Mafia. I see you guys going nuts in chat already. Right off the bat, we got Crypto Pollo, or Bitcoin Chicken, as I like to call him. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for tuning in. We got Toe TV. If you guys are interested in feet, go check out Toe TV 24/7. They got a 24-hour stream of some pretty nice feet on their channel over there. I'm just kidding. I don't know what Toe TV actually is, but he says inverse pump. Let's go. Shout out to Toe TV. I appreciate you. We got Jessica in the chat, our female Candle Mafia representative. I appreciate you. Michael Ward, what is going on? Crypto and Yogurt, as always. What is going on, bro? Happy to have you in here. I appreciate you for tuning in. We got Tony D, as always. Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Billy, Captain Kirk, Crypto Anon, Rob the Crypto Snob, Chemistry, bro. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. I forgot to answer your question in the premium Discord, bro. I apologize. I realized that as soon as I signed off. But guys, you know who the mods are. Shout them out in the chat. Show them some love. They help me out endlessly with this YouTube channel. I'm forever indebted to them. So go ahead and show them some love in chat. We got Tony Perez. What is going on? He said, let's hit it, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Tony. I appreciate you for being here. Curtis Neal, what is going on? Crimson Caravan Company, as always, good to see you. Last but not least, especially not least, Dave Digital in the house. What is going on, bro? Thank you all for tuning in. Oh, no, guys, we got another emoji, guys. We got a hashtag value emoji. Keep that one locked and loaded because I'm going to be asking you guys to use that emoji to try to get the sentiment on if the chat understands what I'm talking about or not. If you don't hit me with the hashtag values, I assume I need to keep explaining what I'm talking about. But thank you for Tony. Thanks Tony D for making that. Shout out to Wick589, or just Wick as he likes to be called now. I appreciate you for being here. Huddle Crypto, Rob the Crypto Snob, as always, bro. What is going on? Hashtag value. Let's go. We got Philly Skills, Mike Lowry, Gen Z, and last but certainly not least, I already said this for Dave Digital, but Crypto Billy. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. And guys, special shout out to my mom in chat. Shout out to Linda Pitty in the chat. That's my mother, guys, the official, original creator of the sauce. Really, all I'm doing is cooking her recipe and giving it to you guys. So show my mother some love in the chat. What is going on, Mom? Look at me. I'm on TV. Hey, Ma, look at me. It's not really TV, but I'm like a C-list YouTube celebrity. But hey, it's better than not at all. Shout out to my mom, guys. But guys, with all that being said, Real quick before we jump into the charts, I do just want to let you guys know a couple of things here. Number one, Tony D actually helped me discover today that I'm actually only 31 years old. I thought I was 32, kind of. I kind of thought I was 32. I've been calling myself 32. Once I hit 30, I kind of stopped keeping track. But turns out I am legitimately only 31. So I actually gained a year of life back today, which is awesome. Shout out to Tony D. Couldn't have done it without you, bro. Shout out to him. Alex O, what is going on, bro? Thank you so much for that super chat. He said, Givers gain. Love you, bro. So happy you're back. Alex, I appreciate you, bro. I am happier than anybody could imagine to be back here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do this TA with you guys. And last little announcement here, guys. Over the weekend, I will be sharing some pictures in the Discord, in the free Discord. Guys, I decided to hang out with some of my goat friends this weekend. And yeah, I actually got to hang out with real-life goats yesterday. I was taking pictures with them. I was hugging them. I was trying to pick them up. They didn't like that. They kept trying to hit me with their horns. But yeah, stick around in the Discord for some funny pictures. If Mrs. Candles gets back soon enough, maybe I'll pull them up live on stream. But I was indeed hanging out with my goat friends yesterday, and it was an absolute blast. But with all that being said, guys, we do have a whole lot of TA to be doing out here on Bitcoin as we got that pump to the upside. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's see what we got going on. All right, let's see. What does he goat say? They went, shout out to Wick589. Yeah, the goats were like, ah! They kept saying that to me. It was just me and the goats screaming at each other. It was pretty fun. Shout out to the goats. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. All right, let's go ahead and see J-Rod. Hey, shout out to J-Rod says, sheesh, I'm 42. You make me feel old. shout out to J-Rod. But guys, we are getting a little bit of a nuke here. Real quick, let me go ahead and cover this real quick before I come back to chat. But guys, we are starting to get a little bit of a move to the downside here. Now, I am still in my long position from below this value area low. But obviously, locally, guys, we did get that little breakout to the upside. Now we are getting most of that to get eaten up here. And we are coming down to some key levels. So let me just go ahead and hide this trade. And I want to talk about this just a little bit because to figure out where we're going, guys, we got to talk about where we were and where we came from and how we got to where we're at right now. So first off, guys, shout out to the volume profiles. I do want to point something out. We are simply seeing this play out as we would expect based off the volume profiles, right? Should have doubled up on my short. Shout out to Philly Skills. Let's go. But yeah. Someone said ragu. I don't even know. But anyway, guys, I do just want to hammer this home. Real quick, let's just get the volume profile talk out of the way. Guys, we were looking to get a bounce from here, right? I am long from $25,250. Basically, $25,250. Like right down here. Like right from right here, right? And the reason that I went long from this level, other than the technical signals that we were looking at, was just the simple fact, guys, that we have our main volume profile here, and this is going to be important because this is what we're going to be talking about, and this is kind of what we're going to be using as our roadmap to where price may be going in the near future, and we've been looking at this for quite some time, and I'm going to cover this briefly, but obviously we were looking for shorts up here, longs down here. We were also looking for longs down here, obviously, and the reason for this is, guys, because our volume profile right now, this major volume profile, is sitting between 29,300 and about 25,700, right? And anytime we get above that value area high, which again is right here, 29.3, we are looking at that as an overbought condition, right? Now, when we say overbought, you want to think of that as overvalued, right? Because in the middle of the range, between the value area high and the value area low, this is considered a fair price for Bitcoin, right? So usually we'll find balance, and then anytime you come above that value area high, you could think of that as overbought. When you come below, you could think of it as oversold. And as you can see, this is basically how I treat the volume profiles, and that's why we look for shorts as you deviate above the volume profile, and then you look for longs as you deviate below the value area low, right? And that's why we were looking for a move down from here, a move up from here. That's again why we were looking for shorts up here to return back down to the value area low, and that's why we were looking for longs down here below the value area, and that's why I am long from below this range. And real quick, nothing really, obviously we got to move, right? Something happened, but nothing really that unpredictable, right? Because we came below that value area where we were looking for the long. At that point, you're expecting to get sucked back into your value area. Once you're able to get accepted back into your value area and you can hold support above your value area low, you are then looking for price to go where? Creighton C, hit me in the chat. When you get above that value area low, where are you looking for price to go? The POC, Red Elephant, with the super, super quick answer. Shout out to you, bro. Absolutely. That is what we're looking for. You hold there's the POCs in the chat. Let's go. And that volume profile emoji is savage. But yeah, right. And again, guys, you know, I feel like a dead horse. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse by talking about this. But the reason I talk about it, guys, is because where did we just go to? We went to the POC, right? The reason I talk about this is because it works. And I want you guys to understand. This is why I go back in time and let you guys know kind of why we got to where we went, right? Because hopefully the next time we're in another situation where you're below the value area, you can do your analysis and understand that instead of shorting at support, like a lot of people did right here, you will actually be looking for long positions so you can get on the right side of the price action instead of waiting to short at the break of resistance and then getting wrecked on your short and then looking to go long once you get a big pump and then getting absolutely wrecked on your long, right? And hopefully you guys understand this, and over time, seeing me talk about this time after time after time, you guys will start to understand and be able to apply this into your own analysis and see these moves happen see these moves before they actually happen like we do. So with that being said, guys, we came below that value area low. We got above that. We got above it, right? Looking for a move up to the POC. And where are we rejecting? Right from that value, right from that POC, right? So not only are you looking to get to the POC, you're expecting a rejection or some kind of local turbulence at that POC, and you get that beautiful rejection. Now, there are many other reasons why we were looking for a move up to these levels. Now, do you guys remember last week on Friday, we were looking at something called a liquidation heat map. And we were looking at some specific areas where there may be a lot of liquidations occurring. Now, basically what this does, guys, let me go ahead and zoom out. What this does is this shows you where there are a lot of liquidation points sitting in the market, right? So with that being said, you're able to see the hotter yellow you get on this chart, the higher concentration of stop losses and liquidation levels there are. And basically what this is, guys, is orders in the market or money in the market, aka liquidity. And price is attracted to these areas of high liquidity like a magnet. I talked about this in the premium Discord a little bit earlier, and the way you can think about liquidity, guys, is I think I talked about this on the live stream before. I used the metaphor. I basically compared it to a guy walking around the beach in New York selling ice cream. If you're from New York or maybe any place that has a beach nearby, you got the guys walking around with the coolers with the dry ice, and they're selling ice cream. But you're not going to see these guys. If you were that guy with a cooler with dry ice and ice cream, you're looking to sell your ice cream, where are you going to be walking around, right? You're not going to be walking around an empty beach. You're going to find out where the people are that are going to buy your ice cream, and you're going to go to those areas because that's where you're going to sell the ice cream, right? You can't sell ice cream to either people with no money or no people, right? You can't be walking around an empty beach or a beach full of people with no money, right? So you got to go where that liquidity is, where that money is. And in the example of the guy selling ice cream on a beach, you could think of the beach as your chart, and then the people sitting on the beach are your liquidity. That's who those are the people who have the money in their pocket to buy your ice cream. So price or the guy who is selling the ice cream is going to be attracted to where the people are because that's where the money is that could be transacted to sell his ice cream, right? So it's a very, very similar thing in the markets, right? So if I go, let's go ahead and zoom in here, right? We were looking at these levels right here. Above this high, let me pull up TradingView real quick. Above this high, you guys will know, we were looking at this level here because we knew that there were going to be a lot of people short from this level, right? And if there's a lot of people short here, what is something we could take away from that information? Well, you can kind of know that a lot of people who are short here are probably going to have their stop losses set somewhere above this high, right? Pretty simple. And if we know that there's probably a lot of stop losses and liquidation levels up here, right? AKA liquidity, right? All the stop loss is on a short position is a market buy, right? So you have all that liquidity sitting above this high, making this whole area a magnet on the chart that price will likely be attracted to. Now, I hope everyone who was here Friday is now sitting here watching being like, oh yeah, we did look at that. We did pull up that liquidation heat map, And all this does is it highlights the hot areas, right, where there's a lot of liquidity, right? So right here, you have liquidations above this high, and you can see you kind of have these yellow bars between about, we'll call it between about 28K and about 28.8. Right, you can see like right here, you have the little pickup in color. You have dark blue here, and then you have the green bars right above there. But again, between 28K and about 28.8. And again, not only do we know by looking at the heat map that there's a lot of liquidation levels sitting up there, probably a lot of stop losses as well. But if you come back to the trading view chart, guys, we also know that there was a golden pocket sitting right here, which we did front run slightly, but this golden pocket was sitting almost at 28.8K. And now that we know that price is attracted to those high liquidity levels, and that's why we were potentially looking for a move up to this level to come sweep that liquidity, right? Come out and stop out and liquidate everybody who was short from up here. Come up. That's how we knew it was going to be a magnet. Price will come up, potentially wick up almost to the golden pocket. I think we even talked about the golden pocket on the live stream, saying that even if you did wick up here, it would make a lot of sense. Did I just lose the camera? Oh, no, I thought I lost the camera. It would make a lot of sense for price to wick up here, stop out all these people, and reject off that golden pocket. And what did we see happen? We saw price literally do that exact thing. Price was sucked up towards that high liquidity area. We wicked out all these people, almost tapped that golden pocket, just about front ran it, and then we rejected that POC. And we are currently stuck below that POC. So beautifully played out here with that whole liquidity sweep idea, knowing that price would be attracted to this level and potentially wick up and then reject. Now, here's the thing, guys. Not only were we looking for price to potentially get attracted to that area between 28,000 and 28.8, but we were also looking at things on Market Cypher B that were potentially calling for some upside. What were those things specifically? It was the daily trigger wave that we printed on, I believe it was, what was today? At some point last week. Why does this not say that's the day anymore? This used to tell me the actual day. But this is this trigger wave, guys, on Market Cypher B. When you get this little trigger wave close to that zero line, that green dot close to the zero line, oftentimes that could be the start of a significant move to the upside. So not only did you have your high liquidity area up here with the golden pocket backing you up, which you knew was going to act as a magnet, but you also had the trigger wave on the daily with that green dot on top of money flow continuing to come to the upside on the daily, on top of the other big signal that was pointing to some potential upside for Bitcoin, potentially coming up into these higher levels, and that was the confirmed green dot on the weekly time frame, right? Last week, we were specifically looking at the green dot, saying if this confirms, may be able to give us more upside with that daily trigger wave, money flow coming up on the daily, and that high liquidity area was all giving us confluence to a potential push to the upside. And in general, guys, remember my sentiment for Bitcoin, again, as soon as we came down to this value area low, right? As soon as we came below this value area low, we were looking for longs. So just based off the volume profile, you guys will remember, we've been looking for a flip of this level to support to get a move into the POC, and then potentially even higher. If we could flip that POC to support, we could come up into that golden pocket, which we just barely front ran, or we could come up and attack this value area high or 786 Fibonacci retracement level to put in a macro lower high before getting a bigger move to the downside. And we're potentially seeing all of that play out exactly as we expected right now. So here's the thing. That's how we got here, right? And again, the reason I zoom out and talk about the volume profile every single day, guys, is because although you have a bunch of crazy levels, right? You got all these levels. You got the fib levels. You got the volume profile levels. You got the horizontal levels. You got the liquidation areas, right? But with all of that aside, simply put, when in doubt, look at your volume profile. Like, it is just that simple, right? It's not that easy, but it is that simple. Like, why would you be getting short here? Like, for the same reason why we didn't want to go short here. We compared these two areas of price action to each other when we were getting this dip below the value area low, saying, hey, last time we deviated below the value area low, that was your opportunity to long. This might be another opportunity to long, which is why I'm in my position right now. And again, the volume profile gives you perfect insight into where price might go if certain things happen. And if you flip that value area low to support, you're looking up towards the POC. So please, for the love of God, if you take anything away from this live stream, guys, just please understand and remember and learn and practice the volume profiles, because I wish I could come up here and be like, I told you guys we were going, you know what I could do? I could come up here, mark out these levels, not label them volume, value area low, POC, value area high. And I could just be like, guys, this is a secret key level at $28,050. This is a key level. It's my secret level that I know. I got this level from my crystal ball. I would rather just come up here and show you guys exactly what it is, right? And I know in my head, oh, this is probably going to get sucked up towards that POC. But I could just pretend like I'm magical. But there's nothing special, right? Like, maybe we have a crystal ball. Maybe we don't. I don't want to disclose any of that information right now. But here's the thing. Like, this is how we find these levels. This is how we find these levels. This is how we predict where Bitcoin's going to go. And if you could go back to the live stream on Friday and see that we were talking about this on Friday. And I don't say that to try to prove that I was right. I say that to prove that this method works. And you can easily learn this method from me for free here on the YouTube channel. So, as much as I want to say my crystal ball told me it was coming up to the POC, we all know it was the volume profile. And here we are once again. It's going to eventually get old saying this, but here we are once again with the volume profile playing out exactly as you would think it would. Now, again, I don't want to try to push this as a 100% guaranteed winning trading strategy or anything like that. That doesn't exist, right? We've seen times where you don't always get the full move up to the value area high, or you don't get the full move to the POC, but more often than not, when you're doing the other forms of TA, such as looking at Market Cipher B, looking at the money flow coming up, etc., you can make some pretty good guesses on where price is going to go, and not only where it's going to go, but how it will likely behave when it gets to that area. And then when you start combining that with just golden pockets, Fibonacci levels, liquidation levels, any other strategy or any other form of TA, you could start to make really, really, really high probability assumptions on where this price is going to go or how price is going to behave in the future. And that brings us to what is likely to happen now. Okay, this is how we got here. And if you learned anything just there, or any of that sounded enticing to you, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, to help push this information out to other people in the cryptoverse and grow CandleMafia into an unstoppable force. Or more unstoppable than it already is. But let's see. Let's continue on here. So that's how we got here, right? Simply put, if you're not looking at anything complicated, we deviated below the value area low. You got to have patience, right? Price action's messy, right? Like when you get the move above and then you start coming down here, you're thinking, oh my God, are we going to break it down again? But price action's messy, but if you hold on, chances are you're going to get up to that POC. So now that we know that's how we got here, simple method here, what is likely to happen next? And this is, in my opinion, what I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and zoom out to the higher time frames and see what we're dealing with, right? Here's the thing. One major thing, if you guys saw the thumbnail, some of you guys might know exactly what I was circling in that thumbnail, but if you don't, I'm going to talk about it right now. So here's the thing. As you guys know, these are kind of the two major levels higher up that I would be looking for that macro lower high to come in at. It's that golden pocket between 28,737 and 29,000. And then you also have the value area high /786 retracement level between about 29.3 and about 30,100. Now, in my opinion, guys, I do still think, and I'm not going to lie, guys, I felt crazy. If you guys watch the live streams, you'll know. I was like, I don't know how likely it is we get to these higher levels, but again, with the weekly green dot printing, etc., the fact that we're above this value area low, we could easily see a move up into these prices to potentially put in that lower high and then get the bigger move to the downside. And generally, guys, my sentiment remains exactly the same there, right? And I know a lot of people will think like, well, hey, man, like, you're bearish and we pumped. Well, my long-term sentiment is bearish, meaning we can come up to put a lower high in at these higher prices, but I'm long from 25,250. Right? So you could be long with a macro bearish sentiment, right? So I am short-term bullish on my trade for a small move to the upside, but overall, I still do think that we could potentially put that lower high in here at that golden pocket if we come back up and test it, or up here between that 786 value area high. So again, kind of nice, easy stream tonight. Like my sentiment remains the same. We're just kind of seeing things follow our path to our, potential thesis, either, coming true or just completely getting wrecked, right? But we're getting closer to those levels, and I'll be honest with you, potentially, not impossible to get the dump from here. The reason I don't think that we will just nuke from here, again, not impossible. I've been wrong before, but with our money flow on the daily here, guys, it does look like it would be more likely in the short term if if we get this money flow crossover into the green on the daily, it would be more likely, in my opinion, to either bing bong around in this range a little bit longer and then potentially come up and test some of these higher levels before coming back down. And that's based off the daily money flow, rather than just absolutely insta-nuke from here. We'd have to start seeing, really what I'm waiting for here is that red dot on the daily. And here's another thing that I'm looking at, right? What was the title today? I forget. It was like, must watch this whatever. And I want to talk about that. Like, there's an actual thing that we're looking for, right? That's not just clickbait. And what we're looking at here, guys, if you saw my Sunday Sauce video not that long ago on swing failure patterns, we are potentially putting in a swing failure here on the daily time frame. So let me go ahead and grab my horizontal ray tool. And you can see right here, we are, and this is, again, what we were looking for on that liquidity sweep of the liquidation levels above this high. We talked about what we would be looking for at this level. And what were we talking about looking for? We were looking for a swing failure pattern. What is a swing failure pattern? You are looking for price to wick above a level, right? We had our swing failure level right here. I'm not going to go super into how to find these levels. I have a tutorial on the channel for this. I highly recommend you guys go check that out. If you get that wick up, you're looking for a price to come back down and close your candle below that swing failure level. And then on the confirmation of that next candle, that is typically where you want to be entering your short position. And that was going to be a good signal that we came up, stopped out everybody short above this high here, and then price can reverse back down and potentially, come down to some lower prices. And what are we seeing? We are seeing that swing failure pattern happen on a daily time frame. So this could indicate a potential reversal incoming. On top of that, locally, you have your 16-hour red dot looking to print. You also have your 12-hour red dot looking to print. 10-hour red dot is printing, as well as your 8-hour red dot is also printing, right? Now, on top of this, you also have your money flow on a lot of these lower time frames coming to the downside. Not only do you have it on the 90-minute, your 45-minute is also starting to come out, which combined with the 12 and 16-hour red dot can be pretty bearish. Also, your 30-minute money flow is looking to cross over into the red. If this winds up happening while we have that 8-hour red dot, that could assist us in that move down. But this is, and again, that 90-minute money flow crossover right here, that 90-minute money flow is coming out, so maybe we bing-bong around here a little bit, but once you get that money flow crossover into the red on the 90-minute, if that happens on a daily red dot, that would also be a bearish puzzle piece. So, with that being said, guys, really, this has been exactly what we were looking for, right? Now, the real question is, are we going to absolutely nuke from here? I don't think so. Right, I could be wrong. This is not financial advice. I've been wrong before. I'm gonna be wrong again. Right, we can't be right 100% of the time. But this is, the reason I don't think we get an absolute insta nuke here is just because of the money flow. Right, like money flow on the daily is really not calling for that. Although the VWAP is coming down, money flow is not calling for the longer-term trend to continue down. Honestly, it's calling for a potential cool-off before bouncing and coming back and making a higher low and continuing back to the upside. Now, on top of that, your 16-hour money flow has crossed over into the green. VWAP obviously coming down. So as far as market cipher B is concerned, it is calling for a cool-off, but money flow is calling for the trend to continue up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit continued downside here, but I would be looking for this money flow to continue dragging us back up, back to higher prices over time, right? Even here, you also have your 6-hour red dot printing. But again, even on your 8-hour, you have your 8-hour red dot, but you have a pretty fresh money flow crossover into the green, right? On top of that, we've also broken out of our volume profile that we've been looking at for quite some time, right? And oftentimes what happens is you will break out of your volume profile, reverse back down, test that value area high as support before continuing back up to higher prices, right? Now, if you could get a golden pocket or some kind of confluence on that level, it would just add that much more confidence to the setup. But this is really... this is what we're looking at, right? We got the breakout. We could wind up getting some support here. I do believe if we pull some golden pockets here, I do believe we have some golden pockets pretty close to that value area high, right? So if we do wind up coming down for that golden pocket retest, that local golden pocket, maybe even the 786 retest, we could come up and then get the bounce from there. And I will say, the lower time frames, money flow is coming out, higher time frame red dots. So we could potentially consolidate or continue down in the short term. But again, money flow is pointing to a continued move to the upside, which would be in line with my macro sentiment of potentially coming up and testing some of these higher levels before finally getting the big reversal and potentially breaking these lows that we made back here, ignoring this panic wick, the lows that we made back here at about 24,950. So that's what we're looking for, guys. Like, almost playing out exactly as we would have expected. So there we go. And if we do confirm this daily SFP here on this wick, again, that would be expecting a continued move to the downside. So we'll have to see what happens yesterday. We'll have to see what happens yesterday. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow and moving forward for the price action. But as far as I can see right now, I would look for some potential either consolidation or continued downside locally before having money flow cross back up into the green and continuing up. Now, just because money flow is coming up, again, does not mean you're about to get an instant pop to the upside. It's likely going to be ugly and confusing price action before getting that move up. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking at. And again, it's exactly what we've been looking for, right? And that's the beauty of the volume profiles. It's just sitting and waiting for your key levels to get hit. And if we do wind up coming down, wherever we come down to, looking for a potential move, these are the next key levels. Now, these are really the levels that I would be looking for the big shorts at, right? Because, again, if you're getting rid of all the nonsense, right? We get rid of all these boxes, all these extra levels, and essentially all you're looking at is the volume profile. If we get above that POC, this POC at 2850 is now your key level that you have to flip to support. And if you flip that level to support, that's where you could come attack some of these higher levels before potentially getting those short signals at the highs. Again, you're going to be above that value area high. You're already thinking that you're going to get sucked back into your area of balance, right? Just like we did up here, just like we did up here, just like we did down here and down here. If you do come up and we start to deviate, you're going to be looking for those short confirmations. Now, you could do the analysis when we get there, and things could look mega bullish, and it might look like we might get another move to the upside, and if that is the case, we'll be talking about that on the live stream when that happens. But as of right now, we're just playing this as a volume profile. Beautiful setup. I'm like so giddy that it played out like this, because now everybody can see, like, it's not just like, we don't just talk about this stuff, right? Like, this stuff plays out. And again, like, we're looking to flip that POC to potentially come up to that value area high. Until then, I will be looking, more locally for some consolidation or even some continued moves to the downside. Key level of support as of right now is going to be this value area high, because what happens, not only do you have the golden pocket confluence from this original impulse to the upside, or not original, but this last little impulse to the upside, not only do you have the golden pocket in confluence with the value area high, but you have your value area high there. So if you come in and you start bouncing, even if you go for the 786, if you get stuck underneath that value area high, then you could start to expect more downside for Bitcoin. But if we kind of bing bong around here, as those red dots play out and those red dots wind up being just consolidation and you get some bullish setups here, this might be the higher low that we're looking for to continue the move up to these other macro higher prices. And that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Pretty simple. I'm not going to make it overcomplicated today because, we're just seeing things play out as you would expect, right? But those are the key levels to the downside. I would be watching the value area high coming in at $27,150. Well, $27,130 is kind of where I would call it. And then again, you have that golden pocket coming in at right about here. And, you can make this a little bit of a range. This is kind of the key level I would be looking at. We'll turn it blue for support. And, between about 27,150 and about 26,896, that's going to be a big level to watch. And then, obviously, you do have that 786 coming in at about $26,550. That is going to be that is going to be the key levels that I'm looking at. And again, unless we get a quick whip down there to that 786, and then a reclaim of the value area high, that's where you're looking for the move up. But once you start getting stuck underneath that value area high, if Market Cipher B starts looking south, that's where you're looking for the bigger move down. And then we have lower levels than that we won't talk about right now because we're kind of far away. We got an SFP emoji. Let's get it. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's go. I love it. Tony D is quick on these emojis, guys. We got the hashtag value emoji. Let's go. We got a Golden emoji. Guys, I got in touch with Golden. I got in touch with him. I chatted it up with him a little bit in Discord. It's not Crypto Billy. I don't want to dox any information that he gave me, but Golden's a good dude. He's a really good dude, and yeah, I appreciate him for supporting so much. I'm glad that I got to finally talk to him. He was in my DMs, and Tony read the DM. That's why I couldn't find him. But there you go, guys. That is really what I'm looking at, right? And that daily SFP was on the, I didn't think it was going to play out that quickly, but we could, looks like we're likely going to see that confirm unless we somehow get a giant rip to the upside before the next hour and 36 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Hey, shout out to Hannah King. Thank you so much for those gifted memberships. Let's go. Shout out to Hannah King for gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Shout out to, oh, God, it's moving too fast. Okay, shout out to everybody that just got one. Ant Art, what is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Jay Smith, what is going on? Craig just got a membership. I almost said Creighton C. Zeus Cash got a membership. Let's go, bro. Let's go. And there we go. Throw those tiaras in the chat for Hannah King, our princess of the I almost said the female Candle Mafia, the princess of the whole Candle Mafia. Shout out to Hannah King. But yeah, guys, that is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. So I'm going to keep it nice and simple today. I mean, shout out to anybody who's been watching these live streams, watching these key levels, and not only the key levels, but like some of the specific signals that we've been looking for these rejections. Shout out to anybody who's been paying attention to this because we've been talking about it for quite some time, and hopefully you're starting to grasp you're starting to grasp and understand how these volume profiles work and why they're so reliable. All right, let's see. Why? Oh, God, that just moved fast. Why would you not pull the value area high from Friday, August 18th? Value area high lines up perfectly with the golden pocket. You can pull it from the 18th. Let's see. You could, where is it? 18th, right there. Yeah, you can pull it up to the 18th. I like to pull it up. I have mine pulled up from here just because we talk about why we pull the value area from certain levels. A lot of people ask me, like, where is the correct place to pull your value areas from? And it really depends, right? There's no real right or wrong way to do it. It just depends on what you're trying to do. Oftentimes what I'll do is I will pull it from multiple places, right? I might say here, okay, the top of this blue box, you got the value area high, golden pocket just underneath it, and then maybe I will pull it from, instead of pulling it before this big dump, I pull it after the big dump, which would be about the 18th, right? And then the value area high lines up with the bottom of the blue box and that local golden pocket. That's totally valid as well. But I've been looking at this one for quite some time. So there you go. No real specific reason. All right, let's see. Thanks, much appreciated. Shout out to Machu Picchu. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Hey, Frankie, why are you using the Bybit chart? Are you trading on Bybit? Shout out to Wendell. I am not trading on Bybit. I just like to use the Bybit chart simply because there is a lot of volume traded on Bybit, and the levels just seem to be super, super, super accurate. So yeah, that's it's just I used to chart all the time on the stream on the Bitstamp chart, which is not a leverage exchange. But for whatever reason, the Bybit, I don't know if it's because a lot of volume traded there. For some reason, the Bybit chart, the Bybit levels are just, they're just OP. They're just absolutely OP. It probably just because there's a lot of volume traded there. But no matter what chart you're looking at, you're going to have very, very, very small discrepancies between the levels. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's see. Hey, Dixon, what is going on? Dixon in the chat. We can't say his last name. We all know why. Shout out to Dixon. Says, Frankie forgot about old friends. He's too Hollywood now. That he owns the rights to his channel. Shout out to Dixon. I will never forget about you, Dixon. That is for sure. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, no more Bybit on the UK. I know. That stinks. That stinks. All right, let's see. Do you like pancakes or waffles? Music tags, I actually like both. I'm a big pancake and waffle guy. It's hard for me to pick a favorite there. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Dixon Apple Juice. Let's go. Shout out to French Toaster. V-Slim. Dixon where? Dixon Apple Juice. Let's go. Shout out to V-Slim. Let's see. Dr. Arabia says, it's so weird to have ranges in ranges. Yes, I know. It is. sometimes a little bit confusing to pee. It's confusing to pee. It's confusing to see sometimes, but yeah, that's that's basically how we look at the market. Sometimes you got ranges within ranges. Sometimes you got ranges within ranges within ranges, which could get a little bit could get kind of confusing. But guys, that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But yeah, that's what we're looking at until we get above that POC. I would not be looking for higher prices for Bitcoin. And then locally, I would look for a little bit more of a cool off before reversing to the upside. Let's see. ADD Dad said, good to see you back, Frankie. I am happy to be back, ADD Dad. I appreciate you for saying that. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Let's go ahead and macro, micro. I'm always confused. Shout out to Wayne C. I don't blame you, bro. It's confusing stuff. Yeah, short and sweet. 45 minutes of BTC. Let's go, baby. But yeah, shout out to Dave Digital. Toaster, can you help us out? Yeah, French Toaster. Toast those bagels for us, bro. I'll say that. I'm not a pancake guy or a French or a toast. I'm not a pancake guy or a waffle guy. I'm a French toast guy. Would you rather wear a snorkel or goggles all day? Oh, God. A snorkel or goggles? Probably a snorkel. Those goggles, if you wear goggles for too long, your head will go numb. So I'm going to go snorkel, Alex. That's a good one. All right, let's see. Shout out to Hannah King, said, Frankie is back, therefore so is my happiness. Hannah King, that makes me even more motivated to show up day after day. Shout out to Hannah King. I appreciate you for saying that. I'm not going nowhere. I forget the Wolf of Wall Street meme. I'm not leaving. I don't know. But let's go ahead and continue on. French Toast Crunch cereal, RPM 87. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, Crypto Billy. Let's go. Toast those bagels, baby. Let's toast those bagels. Yeah, shout out to Cider Dixon. Yeah. I like that. Cider Dixon. But let's go ahead and continue on, guys. I think it's about time to start taking a look at those altcoins. If you want me to take a look at your favorite altcoins, go ahead and spam them in chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what altcoins we're looking at tonight. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Ada, short. Let's go. Yeah, all right, there we go. Litecoin, Caspa, Solana. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what we're looking at. But until he is all ready for that, guys, I am going to start off taking a look at Ethereum, which has also come up to our key level of resistance and rejected. So here we are. We've got our local value area that we were looking at. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said, shout out to Dave Digital. Said, are you going to be like Joe Rogan and move to Texas? I'm not going to lie. Texas is kind of fire. Yeah, Texas is kind of fire. I don't know if I'd ever live there. Not for any real specific reason. I like the ATL, guys. I like the ATL. I think it's my spot. But yeah, I don't know. Texas is kind of fire too. Texas is cheap. Texas is like, you can get, Texas is cheap. It's pretty nice. You get a lot for your money down there. That's for sure. But yeah, I would love to meet Joe Rogan. That's like a celebrity that I'd kind of like, I wouldn't fanboy out, but like, I'd be like, yo, this is Joe Rogan. Look at this. Shout out to Joe Rogan. I'm a big fan of him. Let's see. Bungee Jump said, dude can't even get out of his mom's basement, let alone Texas. This is actually, believe it or not, bungee jump. This is actually not a basement. This is actually the second floor of my mom's house. Okay? And my mom's in the chat right now. She knows I'm upstairs. I used to be in the basement. Now I'm upstairs. Shout out to that guy. But anyway, let's see. QWERTY. Shout out to QWERTY for giving those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. Free memberships for everybody. Let's get it. Let's see. Let's see. You get one. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's go. Let's see. Enzo Mining. What is going on, Enzo Mining? Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. We got 658 people watching the live stream concurrently right now. Don't forget to smash that live stream. Don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get to spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. And you know what that means. The more likes, the more free stuff. I'm going to come back to these super chats in just a second. I want to cover Ethereum real quick with you guys and take a look at what we got going on here for Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Guys, we had this volume profile, or this value area, between about 1550 and about 1660. And as we were bing-bonging around here, we were looking for price to potentially break out. And once we got that breakout, guys, where would we be looking up to? We were simply looking up to our old value area, because what happens to price when you break out of a value area? Price, let me explain something. Price ranges, I think, about 80% of the time, right? So price moves, it has imbalance, and then you find balance. Excuse me. Right? And then you'll find imbalance to the upside or the downside, and then you eventually find balance, right? Then you have imbalance, and then you find balance. And oftentimes, and these are your value areas, right? You have your value area high, value area low, maybe your value area high, value area low, value area high, value area low. And when you break out of a value area, guys, where does price like to go? It likes to either go to an old area of balance, which would be something like this. If you were approaching another area of balance, a lot of times those levels are respected again, or you will simply just find new balance. And I always say it, shout out to the sneakers. You will either find old balance and go to that area, or you'll just find new balance, right? And you'll start to create a range. Now, what happened? Now that we know, once you get that break out of the value area high, where's price going to go? It's going to hunt out that high, that next value area, right? And once you get above that value area low, you could look for acceptance into that value area low, and then you now have, if you were to mark out these areas, you have your value area low from right here, your value area high right here, and then say your POC's in the middle, right? You're looking to flip that value area low to support, and then potentially get a move up to the POC or the value area high, right? And that's how you could get insight into what price is going to do next, and that is exactly what we did on Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. So here we are, right? We left our one area of balance that we had down here, which was pulled all the way from back here, right? This was a previous value area, so we knew once we entered back into here, this would likely get respected. And then once you get the breakout, right, you're looking for your next area of balance, which was up here, right, between this level and this level. I'm not going to call out the numbers because they're not really important right now. But you have your other, so you got one area of balance here, and we were hanging around in this area of balance. So what are we looking for? We're looking for price to come up to that value area high. If you can't hold support, I just sunk down in my chair. If you can't hold support above that old value area low, you're likely to get a rejection out of it. But if we were to hold up here, we could look for a move up to the POC or the value area high potentially, which is what we were looking for and what I will continue to look for moving forward on Ethereum. So with that being said, you got the move out of your value area. You yeeted right through between the value areas, right? And where do we hit? Our key level of resistance, which was this first purple box, which was your old value area low. We knew that was going to be likely an area where we would find resistance, and we even were talking about people who were short from above this high, just like on Bitcoin. There's probably a lot of stop losses above here, and you could see a potential wick above to stop out those people before reversing back to the downside. And again, I got to fix my chair here, guys. Shout out to Dave. I don't hate Super Chats, Dave. I got to come back to them. I don't want to I want to get through the TA. I feel like I missed a few streams, and now I feel like I owe extra TA, but I will come back to those in just a second. But here we are, right? Coming up to that value area low, looking for that rejection, right? Not only because we have our level of resistance here, but we also know we have those people who were short having their stop losses right above here. We could have wicked all those people out and then rejected price right back down. So as far as Ethereum moving forward, money flow coming to the upside, but the VWAP is coming down. So very similar to Bitcoin, I would expect some potential turbulence here, some potential consolidation, or even continued moves to the downside. Now, you have the map, right, or the kind of, you have that roadmap of the volume profile to kind of figure out what price will likely do next. Now, again, daily VWAP, looking to print that red dot. We'll have to see what happens in about an hour and a half. If we get that red dot, I would expect more downside. However, your money flow, not as strong as Bitcoin, right? Not as strong as Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's getting much closer to that zero line. However, again, I would be expecting the same thing. Money flow is generally trending to the upside. Even your 16 and your 12-hour, you have your 16-hour crossing over into the green, your 12-hour getting very close to crossing over into the green. So again, if we do get that move down, we could potentially see this be a small push down before putting in a higher low and continuing to the upside, in which case, No matter how this plays out in consolidation, a further move down, really the key level remains on Ethereum right here at about 1717, which is the value area low of your old volume profile. So if we want more upside for Ethereum, again, we have to get above that key level and hold it as support before getting a bigger move up. And then that next major level I would be watching would be at about 1850, which is the point of control / golden pocket. You have a golden pocket here, and then it's also the point of control of your range, right? So again, you would expect, hold that value area low. The next likely place for Bitcoin to go is going to be that point of control. So there you go. All right, let's see. Dave Digital said, "Stop ignoring us for your pretty little TA." Shout out to Dave Digital. All right, let me get into these super chats. I see them popping up. What the heck is going on right now? All right, let's see. Let me see where we're at. Shout out to Tony D for the hashtag value emoji. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Digital said, if you follow Frankie because he's good with numbers, remember, he's gotten his own age wrong for years, which ironically is because I spend so much time in the charts, I forgot when my birthday is. Shout out to Dave Digital. But let's see. Crane C said, see what happens yesterday. See, this is what I was expecting. No, this is what I was explaining to the guys in Discord about Frankie time. It's different and unique. Not boring linear time, but it goes all over the place. That's what I'm talking about. We are looking back to tomorrow, and we are looking forward into yesterday here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, and that's the only way to predict the price of Bitcoin is to look forward to yesterday and look behind to tomorrow. Shout out to Creighton C. I might make that a part of my intro. Welcome to the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, where I look forward into the past and behind us into the future. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I do appreciate you. Let's see. Dave Digital said, are you going to be like, okay, we read that. Shout out to Dave Digital. Probably not moving to Texas, although I don't hate Texas. Let's see. Beft Up said, Frankie, so glad you're back with full rights to your channel. I try to be here every day, but it's hard when you're on at 7:45 a.m. Aussie time, and I have to run my own business, but I always still listen. LFG fam, much love. Shout out to Beft Up. I appreciate you for being here, bro. Thank you for always tuning in all the way from down under. I don't mean to offend anybody. I don't know if that's offensive, but I love Australia, and I could listen to Australian people talk. Australian accents are the coolest accents to listen to. So shout out to Australia. Creighton C said, do you not want to return to NYC because it's expensive, loaded with crime, and certain people who hate to vote? Shout out to Creighton C. Yeah, I think I'm New Yorked out. I got the New York blood in me. I am New York to the core of my soul. And I just don't think I need to physically be there anymore. I think I've soaked up all the New York I possibly could. I'm just bringing my New York down to Atlanta to share my New Yorkness with the ATL because they definitely need it. They move very slow down here. Try getting your hair cut in under 2 hours. I challenge you. Shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate the super chat, bro. It's Bailey's birthday. Happy birthday to Bailey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bailey. This is like a rock, I don't know, like a screamo. Happy birthday to you. I don't know. Shout out happy birthday to Bailey. Happy birthday, bro. Shout out to him. Show him some love in the chat. We love you, bro. I hope you had an amazing day. And you don't look a day over, 21. Shout out to you, bro. Rocking that killer mustache. Dave Digital said, why do you hate Super Chats now? Dave, I don't hate Super Chats. I love them more than ever. You can believe that. Shout out to Dave Digital. Hannah King said, because we're not special anymore. Hannah, you are very much special. Don't you ever say that. Somebody call the cops on Hannah. We're calling cops on the Princess of the CandleMafia for the first time, guys. Creighton C said, say hi to Bailey. Shout out to Creighton. What's up, Bailey? Dave Digital said, stop ignoring us for your pretty little TA. We read that. Shout out to Dave. Let's see. Hannah said, don't bother. We don't matter. Shout out to Hannah King. Action Crypto says, shout out to all the legends supporting Frankie. Always excited to see good people supporting good people. Shout out to Action Crypto. I appreciate that, bro, so much. And yeah, shout out to the CandleMafia. We got the best community in the crypto space, and I'm forever grateful for that. You guys know that. But let's go ahead and speaking of the CandleMafia, let's go ahead and continue spitting that value. Let's go ahead and continue on. Do we have the altcoin votes in? I bet I missed it. Rob the Crypto Snob, if you got them in, let me know, and I will pin your next chat. But let's see. Naquan Divergence also wants out of New York. Yeah, they don't like some of my hobbies either in New York. I have some specific hobbies they're not a fan of. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Vic, says love your TA. Thank you from Australia. Shout out to Australia, man. Let's get it. No problem, bro. You don't got to thank me. I do this because I love it. Let's see. Greetings from Greece. Let's go. We got Greece in the house. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. But yeah, do we have the alts? I guess we could start off. We did Ethereum. They don't like your goat impression in New York. Yeah, I'm my hero. They don't. They actually hate my goat impression in New York. It's actually pretty sad. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Shout out to Rob. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that. I will pin this as soon as somebody else chats because I can't hit the button. There we go. Bada boom. And we will pin that message. Okay, so let's continue on here, guys. So for Ethereum, really, we're kind of at a decision point here. We got to see if we're going to get accepted back into this old area of balance or if we're going to kind of bing-bong around, try to hold support, and try to reclaim this key level up here at 1717 for more upside. Now, locally, I will say, I think you're going to get consolidated. I think you're going to get bing-bonging. You're going to get bing-bonging around. But again, until that daily red dot prints, I'm kind of waiting on that daily red dot to see how that plays out. But again, really just paying attention to the key levels right now. Looking to hold at least above this POC. And if we get the bounce, looking to reclaim that 1717 value area low from the value area above us. So there you go. Let's go ahead. CryptoMafia said, gotta head out, family. Shout out to CryptoMafia. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Let's see. Shout out to, oh my God, JJ. Shout out to you, bro. Says, Jay from Hong Kong. I have a question. I saw the weekly market cipher B has the bullish divergence on ETH. Can you go check it out? Sorry to disturb you. Hey, JJ, don't you ever apologize for disturbing me. I am literally out here right now to do this. So no need to apologize, my dude. But I will say, I do not see the weekly bullish divergence on Ethereum. I think this is probably what you're looking for. So for a bull div on ETH, what you would want to see is, let me go ahead and hide all this TA really quickly. So what you would want for a bullish divergence on Ethereum would be to have a low, which would be right here, right? And then you would want to go ahead and put in a higher low on Market Cipher B like that with your momentum waves. And you would also need a lower low on your price action. So if we had something like this, that would be a bullish divergence on the weekly for ETH. But we simply do not have that right now. Hopefully that clears it up. Right now, on we can look at it on Bitcoin, right? If I pull up Bitcoin really quick, you could see that not only right here, right? So you do have the weekly bull div here on Bitcoin from a while back, right? So you have your lower lows on price action, and you also have your higher lows on your momentum waves, giving you that bullish divergence before getting a big move to the upside. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. Mrs. Candles, could you do me a favor? What? Oh, she just said lower lows, higher lows. Mrs. Candles, can you do me a favor? Can you message me on Discord? Make sure you put official Mrs. Candles so I know you're not a scammer. And can you send me the pictures of me with my friends this weekend?
Yeah, but it's going to be weird because now scammers are going to know to say official.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did just out.
They don't have the pictures of you.
That's right. Only you have the pictures of me with my friends. Could you message them to me so I can show them?
On Discord? I don't know how to do that.
That's okay. Just message me on Discord. You'll figure it out. You're young. You're young. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to dox your age. Anyway, goat pictures incoming, guys. But anyway, this would be a bullish, JJ. This would be a bullish divergence. This is what a weekly bull div would look like on ETH if we did have one, but we simply do not have one. I don't see it. If we do, I do not see it. I don't know. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out. But Mrs. Candle's hands in the chat. Let's go. It's like, you guys are funny. Let's see. Yo, Bailey says Frankie has photos with friends now. AI generation's going nuts. Shout out to Bailey. Bailey knows I don't actually have any friends. It's really just TradingView is my only friend. Shout out to Bailey. Let's see. Cobra Kai says, Yeah, the macros are all pointing for up for Bitcoin. Shout out to Cobra Kai. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for tuning in, bro. But yeah, macro-wise, I do still believe the bottom is in, guys, obviously. Not that much has changed here. But there you go, guys. That's what we're looking at on Ethereum. So let's see. What are we looking at tonight? We got ADA, Link, XRP, Caspa, and Matic. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano, or ADA, as some people like to call it. And shout out Mrs. Candles dropping off a little bit of Aztec and Cactus moss water for me. I appreciate that, Mrs. Candles. Let's see. It's all about. Hang on. It's about time it's about time you're back, Frankie. Shout out to Marcus. My days were thrown off. Yeah, shout out to Marcus. Yeah, we're probably going to have to fight a little bit to get back in the YouTube algorithm. So, guys, if you smash the like button, if you're not doing it for free stuff, do it to help us get back into that YouTube algorithm, because those days off the stream definitely did not help us. So, all right. So let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano as we did push into our second level of resistance. Shout out to Ada Ace, says the Ada gang. Let's go. Sniff those hands. You deserve them. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto 101. You guys are crazy. But let's go ahead and continue on here. I need to learn all these terms and what they mean. What is 786? I have so much to learn. Shout out to Chad S. Chad, I highly recommend, bro. Check out my Fibonacci video on the channel. There's a ton of free value on this YouTube channel where I explain all about the Fibonacci levels, all about the volume profiles, everything you see me talking about right here. You could get all up to speed by watching all of our tutorial playlist. Just watch through those videos and you should be caught up with exactly what we're looking at. And even if you didn't do that, if you tune into the live streams, you will catch on at over time. I try to be as educational as possible on these live streams. So let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, so for Cardano, guys, what did we see happen on Cardano? Another shout out to the volume profiles, guys. What happened here? Shout out to Norman. Let's see. Okay. Shout out to Norman, says Frankie's specific hobbies not liked in New York: bing bonging with guacamole and trading with gang and crypto off of Wall Street. The Mafia remembers. Shout out to Norman. It might have something to do with guacamole. Is it guacamole or guacamole? I don't know. New York, I don't think likes guacamole though. But anyway, but let's see. No problem, Chad. Chad, you stick around, bro. You stick around. You hang out in these live streams. I will show you the way, my friend. I will show you the way directly. I will show you the way, like I do every single weekday right here. All right, Mrs. Candles sent over those pictures. We'll take a look at them in a second after Cardano, guys. Looking at Cardano, what did we get here? We wound up getting a move below this local value area, right? And I'm just going to talk about this really quickly. We were looking for a rejection at this value area low POC confluence because we know when you deviate, a lot of times if you're going to make another low, you're going to come up and test that POC or value area low first. What happened? We came up. We tested the POC here, got a rejection, tested it again here, got the rejection, and then what were we looking for? Shout out to Dave Digital. I'll come back to that in a second. But what are we looking for here? At this point, when you are below, let me come down to a lower time frame. Let's come to the 2 hour, right? Let's go into bar replay mode. What are we looking for here, guys? What are we looking for at this point, right? You've deviated below. If you want more upside for Cardano, you need to flip this value area low or purple box to support. In order, if you do hold that as support, where are you likely to go? You're likely to shoot to that value area high, golden pocket confluence with a potential possibility of hitting that 786 for a rejection, right? This is what we were looking for on Cardano for the past, or I guess on maybe not on Friday, but this is really what these are where these levels are coming from, right? And this is what you would expect based off the volume profile levels. And obviously, fast forward a little bit here. We get the move into that key level of resistance. And then what happens? Once you get above that value area low, decisively, where do you go? Where is price likely to go next? You're looking up towards that POC golden pocket. Where did price go? It went not only to the golden pocket, but it also shot up to your value area high. And then I think you went for the 786. You didn't technically make it all the way there. You just barely front ran that 786. But that's why there is a purple box here, letting you know that this is a likely area to reject. Because not only, let me draw this value area as a white box. Not only, right? Not only are you looking to flip that value area low and come to the value area high potential 786 visit, but you're also looking for the bearish confirmations because you're above your value area high, which is where you look for your opportunities to go short because this is an overvalued price for Cardano, right? And you're looking to get sucked back into where? Back into your value area. What happened? You came out and then you're back in your value area. And now we're potentially looking at a possibility of coming back down to our value area low or even POC down here at about 25 cents. Now, taking a look at the daily for Cardano, very similar to Bitcoin. This looks very, very, very similar, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but we are potentially going to be looking at we are potentially looking at the POC, but VWAP coming down on the daily, looking for that red dot. So again, going to be waiting for that daily red dot to see if we can get some more downside for Cardano. But money flow also coming back up here. So again, this could put us in a situation where we may kind of bing bong around, come pit in a higher low, and then continue up to higher prices. But until we wind up getting that red dot and the VWAP to flip back around on Market Cipher B, again, like I would just be looking at this value area. We are now within this value area. We may kind of bing bong around here until we could break out decisively and come up to some higher prices for Cardano. Where's that next major level? Well, let's zoom out. And you can see here, if we break out of this value area, you could get a quick move up to this golden pocket 786 value area low confluence, which we're kind of far away from right now. But things move fast in crypto. If we get a big pump, this is going to be the next major level to look for. Not only a rejection, but also to look for some potential insight into whether we will get a lot more upside for Cardano if we flip that value area low to support. Could be on our way to that POC, but we're very far away from there right now. So right now, we're just looking for locally to respect the value area that we're in right now, which right now is between 26.5 cents and about 25.2530, right? So looking to respect this value area on Cardano. And then again, in the short term here, you got your 8-hour red dot looking very similar to Bitcoin, looking for some consolidation, some potential more downside to potentially put in a higher low before continuing up. All right, let's see. Let me get back to, Dave Digital said those days not streaming definitely did not help us. Meanwhile, goes from partial ownership to 100% ownership. Shout out to Dave Digital. Those days were, most stressful week of my life. But yeah, shout out to Dave. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being here, man. But let's see. I'm back. What did I miss? My son's math teacher just called. He's getting a 33% in math. I asked if that was good. Now she knows why he's failing. Shout out to V-Slim. I aspire to be a dad like you, bro. That is, it's hilarious. Mrs. Candles is going to hate me when I'm a dad because I'm going to be making those jokes to the math teacher. I'm going to be like, 33%, is that good? Haha. Get why he's not good at math now? I am ready to make dad jokes, guys. I'm prepared. Creighton C said, love you, Rob. Get some rest. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Thank you for being here, bro. Get some rest and have a good day at work tomorrow. I appreciate everything you do for us here. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Take it easy. I was like, dumb. Where's Frankie? Realized EST. Shout out to Coin Watcher. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Coin Watcher. Thank you for being here, bro. Hasta pasta, Rob. Have a good one, bro. Thank you for everything you do. Okay, let's continue on. I got dad jokes. 3 kids will do that to you. Yeah. I can't wait. I'm like in the gym, like just practicing dad jokes. All right, let's see. Let's continue on. Hannah King says, Frankie, those days were the darkest of my life, but you got full ownership like you deserve. So that is a win, brother. Shout out to Hannah King. I appreciate that so much, and I really appreciate you reaching out, Hannah, and hitting me up. I still got to answer you. I will get back to you at some point, I promise. But yeah, shout out to Hannah. I love you, Hannah. You're the best. And just knowing that I make your life better just makes it that much better for me to get up here every day. So shout out to you. You keep us going. And comments like that keep me going every day. Wildcat said, hey, Frankie. Yeah. Shout out to Wildcat. guys, I'll make a little bit. I'll talk about that whole thing. Shout out to Wildcat. I'm not going to read it out right now because I don't want to get distracted. I will touch on this very, very briefly at the end of the stream, and then that will be the last time I publicly talk about this this whole drama thing going on. And I think the best thing for me to do is to just be fully transparent to you guys. And I will also I'll share something I shared in the premium Discord today, which I think a lot of you guys will find interesting. It's an old email that I found. So yeah, stick around to the end of the stream. I'm gonna touch on a couple of things regarding that whole drama and just kind of where I stand. It'll be like my last addressing to it. You guys can share it wherever you want, and that will be the last time I talk about it. But yeah, shout out to Wildcat. I agree with you, man, and I appreciate you so much for saying that. All right, let's continue on here. Let's go ahead and check out Link as we are. Pull up the Coinbase chart. As we did wind up getting a move to the upside, guys. Now, what do we have going on here? As you know, we were looking at this on Friday. And what were we looking at? Now, we were talking about how we did get that daily bull div down here below the value area low, which, again, just like all these other things we were looking at, these are oftentimes where you want to be looking for your long positions. And what happened? You reclaim value area low, straight to the POC, straight to the value area high, deviation. This is your opportunity to look for a short. And what happened? You're now getting sucked back into the value area. Now, this is the interesting thing, guys. On Friday's live stream, I actually talked about how this range has been so well respected that even if I wasn't doing any other TA, even though we knew we had that daily red dot printing, I was saying even if I didn't have market cipher B and we were looking at this volume profile, like statistically speaking, a rejection at these highs would have been very, very likely because not only are you outside of your value area, but this range has been basically respected for, I mean, we can measure this. I mean, this whole accumulation area for Link, if you zoom out, like this whole range down here has been respected for a god-awful 507 days. Over a year, we've been respecting this range. And although you get deviations below and above, it's essentially like you get down here, this is oversold, you come back into your fair price, overvalued, back to the fair price, undervalued, back to the fair price, overvalued, back to the fair price, so on and so forth, right? So just statistically speaking, I would have been willing to take a blind gamble on this that we would get a push down from here. But not, and you know, obviously we were looking at more than that. We were looking at the daily red dot, the fact that we were deviating from the value area high, and then the 4-hour money flow was starting to come out just a little bit here. You kind of had exaggerated bearish divergences, and then you come on down to the 2-hour. You also kind of had exaggerated-ish bearish divergences here as well, money flow coming out, et cetera, et cetera. However, we do have that red dot confirmed, money flow crossing over into the green. So here's the thing. We've seen money flow crossing over into the green at that value area high before. You can see right here we had the money flow crossover into the green, deviation above the value area high, and we still got sucked back into the range and back to the value area low. So I would say the fact that your daily money flow is crossing back over into the green, this would be indicating that the trend is likely to continue to the upside in the longer term. But you want to realize that we've gotten that signal before on Link at the same exact level, and we've still gotten sucked back down to the lower prices. So it's kind of hard to call here on Link just because, you know, statistically, you would just kind of be looking for a move back down to the value area low. However, once you start coming up to your weekly VWAP starting to roll back over, your 2-week green dot is printing, and then even on, kind of hard to say here. 4-day VWAP is crossing over into, looking for a red dot on the 4-day. The 2-day red dot is printing. So, yeah, I mean, you went above the value area high. I would look for a potential cool-off, a continued cool-off here, potentially for Link, right? And just going to be treating this just like we were talking about on Saturday, on Friday, right? Where are we? Let me move this little fib all the way up here. So, yeah, pull it from this local low to the high. Kind of hard to say here, to be honest. I mean, if we can't get back above this value area high for Link at about $7.70, I would look for, if we get stuck underneath this value area low, I would look for a push down to the POC, and then, I would even maybe look down here between the golden pocket and the 786 down here for some serious support. That could be that could be, if we do get a continued move down, if we lose that POC, we may be able to come down to the 786 and still get a move back out of this value area. But for the most part, looking to just respect this as a value area, right? Just looking to basically respect this, get rid of this line. We get stuck under that value area high, looking for a move to the POC, break that, looking for a move down to the value area low. And then your 2-day red dot, your 3-day cooling off could call for that little move down to put in a higher low. The good news here for a potential breakout of this value area high could be the 3-day money flow crossover into the green. However, that last money flow crossover into the green right here didn't really help us out that much. We just got sucked back into the value area. So typically, this would kind of indicate to me with the money flow on the higher time frames, this would kind of indicate to me that we would come down, put in a higher low, and then continue up, right? With money flow crossing over into the green. But again, like we've just seen that play out before on Link. Granted, this was a different point in the market, but you did see that green money flow crossover just still kind of made us bing bong around sideways. So kind of neutral on Link right now. Yeah, kind of neutral on things right now for Link. Locally, I've looked for more downside, but again, if I had to make a guess, I would look for some potential higher lows to form. But again, just looking at the volume profiles, I would keep it simple on Link right now. But yeah, shout out to Deezy's Peanuts. Says Frankie and Deezy are the goats. Let's go. Ah! Shout out to Deezy's Peanuts. Mrs. Candle is going to come in here and yell at me in a second. Little Frankie will also be sniffing hands, I bet. Yeah, we're going to be having him in the crib. I'm going to be showing him, like, listen, little guy, ready? It goes like this. Like, you got to act like nothing's happening. You just got to just sniff it quick. You don't want anyone knowing you're sniffing hands, okay? Shout out to you, bro. Creighton C said, dad jokes. Practicing dad jokes? When dad? Hi, Mrs. Candles. Hi, Mrs. I thought he was saying hi, Mrs. Candles. Shout out to Creighton C. Yeah, I'm just in the gym. I'm just like, I can't think of a dad joke. I'm like doing reps with my dad jokes. Oh God. Shout out to the dads out there. All right, let's continue on. Let's take a look at XRP. Let's take a look at XRP. What are we doing? We don't want to look at this XRP. We want to look at this XRP. And what were we looking at on XRP, guys? Let's see. On Friday, we were actually talking about XRP as we were getting a move to the upside. However, what were we looking for? Looking for that move down to the POC. Why were we looking for a move down to the POC? Because we simply came up to your value area high and rejected, right? Like, as you guys know, my general sentiment on XRP recently has basically been sideways, right? Because until we break this value area high at 54.5 cents, or we break this value area low, sitting at about 43 cents, 43.5 cents, this is not going to expect much more upside for XRP unless we break that level, and not expecting more downside really until we break the lower level down here at about 43.5 cents. So, and we talked, I'm not going to cover this. We have the daily bull div at the golden pocket. That's why we're looking for the move to the value area high. But we weren't able to break out, right? We got the rejection, which was making us expect that move down to the POC, which we are almost coming down to tap. Now, as of right now, currently for XRP, again, my general XRP sentiment is boring, right? Like, I hate to be, I wish I could come up here and say, guys, XRP to the moon on Thursday, the 15th at 22 p.m. because of some conspiracy theory. But I can't do that, right? Because I'm an analyst. I go off of actual information and actual data, right? So I will say this. Daily money flow on XRP is continuing to curve to the upside, which would be somewhat bullish, but you're looking for the red dot. So I would look for just kind of continued bing-bonging, right? Just very boring. You're within a value area. So if you don't break out of the highs, you're not looking for a big move. We just rejected the highs. So we're just kind of looking to continue to respect this value area. And, if we're really going off the laws of the volume profile, we came down, tapped the value area low, came up, tapped the value area high. And then we went back to, we could potentially, we lose this POC, we could potentially, I don't know if I'd be looking to come back down to the value area low per se, but we could potentially look for some higher lows, right, which could potentially come in right here at this golden pocket, coming in at about 49 cents. But again, I'm really just paying attention to the volume profile. Like, if we lose this POC, like, I really am just kind of looking for nonsense until money flow continues up. Once this red dot prints on the daily, maybe we break the POC, come tap the golden pocket that I just pulled. Not this golden pocket. This is an old golden pocket. Well, I mean, actually, it's not even really old. But yeah, maybe I do think we're just going to kind of bing bong around here with XRP until we break these key levels. Like, just still like pretty boring on XRP. Good news is daily money flow's coming up. Your 16-hour just crossed over into the green. So as long as we don't get a giant dump here, if we can maintain money flow in the green here on the 16 and the 12-hour, and then have that money flow on the daily continue to come up, we could see continued upside for XRP. But as of right now, really not too much. Like, you're looking for that green dot on XRP. So if I had to lean somewhere on XRP, I would lean locally towards a move to the downside. But over the medium term, that green dot on the weekly prints. We could once we get this green dot on the weekly, that's where I would expect a big move up for XRP. So weekly green dot print, maybe that's where we break that value area high. Next key level to the upside, if we get that break to the upside, will be about 63 cents, which is the previous value area low. But simply put, other than that, it looks similar to Bitcoin, and it looks basically the same it's been looking for quite some time, right? Since we rejected this value area high, we were expecting boringness, and that's basically what we've gotten, right? Maybe a potential little inverse head and shoulders here. Maybe put in a higher low, and then you get the breakout to higher prices. But again, like locally, I think you either bing bong or come down because of the lower time frames, like the 8-hour red dot confirmed, 10-hour red dot confirmed. 12-hour and 16-hour red dots are currently printing, so those are likely going to give you downward sell pressure. But yeah, that's kind of what I would look for. I'm not really expecting anything explosive out of XRP until we get a little bit of consolidation or move to the downside. All right, let's see. Let's see. You want to crown a goatness? This is why you can't be goated. Goats don't wear crowns. They wear caps. Hello? Ever watch the Super Bowl? All caps. Crowns? What are you, British? Shout out to Creighton Z. Shout out to you, bro. Astro Zombie in the chat. What is going on, Astro Zombie? Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you for tuning in here to the Frankie Candles live stream. Thank you for being here, bro. Good to see you once again here. But there you go, guys. There is XRP. Let's take a look at Caspa. And here we are on Caspa. Oh, hey. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice this happened. All right. Let's take a look here. What is this? This is Caspa KuCoin? Okay. Where is this? That's the 21st. Well, here you go. I will, let me get rid of these. And let me pull up a different Caspa chart. I think that one's old. Okay, we'll just do some, we'll just take a look at, shout out to Buddiano. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the super chat, bro. He said, can you help me check the ApeCoin chart? How do you, what do you think? Thank you, bro. Shout out to you, man. No problem. I will try to take a look at ApeCoin towards the end of the stream here. I will try my best. DZ's Peanut said Frankie to 100K by the end of the year. Shout out to you, bro. I hope so. But let's continue on here. Let's see. All right, we'll pull up the KuCoin chart. So here we are, right? This must be the POC of that range, I assume, right? Bear with me, guys. This is kind of for me personally. Yeah, POC of the range, right? This is kind of a good example. Oftentimes, guys, when you lose a value area, even if it's local like this, right? If I go down to a lower time frame, you can see that volume profile is pulled from pretty local price action here, right? And if I come up to the higher time frame, where'd it go? There we go, right? Where is this purple box? This purple box is here because there's a point of control as well as some Fibonacci confluence, right? And that level is extended out to the right. Now, although I was looking at this locally to take a short from the local price action, you could see that same exact level was respected all the way like a month later as we got this rejection from here. It was probably likely a golden pocket as well, or a 786 potentially. There you go, 786 rejection, right? So anyway, we'll just start fresh here because that's kind of old. But here we are, right? Taking a look at Caspa that slightly broke its all-time high last week or a couple weeks ago. But here we are. We are starting to form somewhat of a range here. So let me go ahead and pull our volume profile. And here you go. I actually don't hate these levels for Caspa. We are sitting above our value area high, up towards about almost 5 cents. And let's see what Market Cipher B is saying, right? Oh, baby. No bearish divergence. However, again, when you pull your fib from the high to the low, we have come up to that 786 Fibonacci retracement level, right? This is oftentimes where you get lower highs to come in at the market, right? If you miss your original short position, oftentimes you get that retracement into the golden pocket or that 786 before reversing back to the downside. So as we're sitting here, we know we rejected that 786. Now we're kind of holding support on this value area high, but what this does is it gives us insight into what to expect here in the near future. Not only do we have a daily red dot printing, if we are going to break back below this value area high and come down to the POC or the value area low, which POC is coming in at about 0.04861, and the value area low is coming in at 0.04560. If we get that move and we get below that value area low, that is what I'm going to be looking at. Because if we get stuck below that value area low with that daily red dot printing, it is going to be a little more likely to get accepted back into this range and potentially revisit the low. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm going to get rid of this fib just because we know we rejected it here. So now we're basically looking to either find support on this value area high and get a bigger bounce to the upside, or get accepted back into the range and come back down. And with that daily red dot printing, we may be on our way to get accepted back into this range, right? Taking a look at some of the lower time frames, your 1 hour money flow is cruising to the downside with your 16-hour red dot printing. 45 minutes left to confirm this red dot. No bearish divergence, but I do think that will likely continue to the downside. At least some kind of a continued move down. Now, if you are going to get that move down, right, even your, 1 hour money flow coming out with your 12 and 16-hour red dots printing, daily red dot looking to print very soon. Let's check that 90-minute money flow. Coming to the downside, this could potentially give us a move to the downside, guys. So really what I'd be looking at here on Caspa, money flow coming out, I would be looking for a potential move down. And that daily red dot may be the thing that gives us the start of the bigger move. So you're watching two things here. Number one, I would watch the confirmation of the 16-hour and 12-hour red dots, right? Because we know those could give us significant moves, especially with the money flow coming out on the time frames that they're coming out on, right? That 12-hour red dot, if I get that money flow crossover into the red at that same time as the 12-hour money flow, as the 12-hour red dot, this could give us a big move down. So that's what I'd be looking at here, right? Looking at that value area high. Here's the key levels. Value area high. I'm not going to say them. I'm just going to pop them up here so you guys can read them and not get so I don't mess them up, right? But I'm going to be looking for a potential move down here, right? Now looking hyper locally, right? A little more locally, 2 hour, 1 hour might be, you're printing a 1 hour, 1 hour green dot. Maybe a slight bullish divergence, like the slightest bullish divergence on the 1 hour. But money flow is coming out, so I'm not expecting that to yeet us to all-time highs. I potentially would expect that to kind of give you some consolidation above that value area high. But again, once money flow crosses over, if it continues down, I'd look for acceptance back into the range and a potential move down. And the key levels below that value area high are going to be the levels that I just marked out here, which is the POC. You lose that POC, looking for a move down to the value area low. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Matic. Let's see. Shout out to DZ's Peanuts. Says Frankie's definitely going to be a top channel during the next bull market. DZ's Peanuts, that is the plan. We just got to get back to making the content, which is right now in the works, or it has already begun. But let's take a quick look at Matic and ApeCoin. Okay, so Matic. So here's what I look for on Matic. Real short and sweet. And then I do kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about everything going on. And again, it's going to be my last time talking about this. I'm just going to put an end to this once and for all. So here's what I'd be looking for, guys. On Matic, take a look at the daily. What? No. Hang on. Let's get rid of all this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So taking a look at the daily, it all looks the same to Bitcoin, guys. I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. Same thing. Locally, you may get a continued move down or consolidation, but money flow coming up would indicate that the trend here on the daily may be able to continue higher up to higher prices, right? Now, locally, I'll give you guys the local levels I'd be watching, only because in the macro, it's looking very similar to Bitcoin, right? All the alts follow Bitcoin, right? For the most part, right? Unless they go rogue. Some of them go rogue, that's for sure. But here you go. Yo, Dave Digital, shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, BTC, want to race to 100K? I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I've been working out those calves, Dave. I know you have too. Dave's been showing me his progress pictures with his calves. I've been kind of training him personally on the side. It's like a side business I have where I train people's calves. But yeah, Dave's they're chunky now. He's got those chunky calves now. So Dave, I think we might be ready to race Bitcoin to 100K. I think we'll win. Kenny Mac family said, sup, y'all from Flint. Hashtag CandleMafia, let's go. Says, best TA on the block, let's go, bro. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Show the calves. Benjamin Cowles, I think the crypto industry needs a little bit of a calf shot here. Let me show it. Let me show a little bit of calf here. A little bit of calf. Full screen. Smack him for you, baby. Only Frankie Candles will smack his calves live on stream for you guys. But here we go, guys. Continuing on. Smash that like button, guys. These emojis are getting out of control. Let's go. But let's continue on here. We have this value area that we traded in up here for not too long. But I'm going to take these levels, guys, because these may wind up getting respected, right? So you have your local value area low, your POC, and your value area high. I'm actually going to label these previous value area high, previous POC, and previous value area low. So now we know that that's value area high. We need value area low. Boom, right? So now, if you come down locally, if we continue down, guys, we may be able to continue to respect these levels, right? So this is going to be a key level. If we come back down here and we start breaking down below this value area high and we can't get back above, you now have insight into what price may do next, and it may be going for that value area low. Now, with that in mind, same thing, like the 90-minute money flow coming out, 45-minute money flow also coming out very, 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 very similar to Bitcoin. So again, we maybe get a little bit of wonky up and down here, but again, the daily VWAP is on its way to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a move down or a little bit of a continued move down here. And, if we wind up coming back down to our local value area that we just looked at and we break below that, where can we expect to go next? And I would argue if we pull another value area here, I'll pull it from here. Yeah, this is, do we have confluence? Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this value area. Now, this level remains important, right? But I'm going to pull this fib because I think I could find better confluence or just easier to see confluence that's a little bit more clear, right? There you go. So you have a golden pocket there. You also understanding it was a previous value area. So this is the level that I would watch. I'd watch this whole area right here. Value area high, golden pocket. Boom. Get rid of that line. So this would be the first kind of level of support that I would look for. And then just remember you have your 786 down here. So if you wind up coming down, if you get a bounce off the golden pocket, value area high, even if you rip down to the 786, that would be potentially a place that you could look for a higher low to come in at. But at that point, it's going to be a little shady, right? Because you're going to be stuck under that value area high. But this would be kind of the first zone I would be looking for major support on Matic. And if you break below that value area high, looking towards that 786, you lose the 786. I'm simply treating it like a value area, looking to lose that POC and potentially come down to the value area low. But again, with money flow coming up on the daily, like it is, it does look more likely that on the daily, at least, as far as the daily trend goes, we could come up and put in a higher low and then continue up to some higher prices. But these are the key levels I'd be looking at on Matic. Other than that, it looks very similar to Bitcoin. Creighton C says, every time you say confluence or value area or POC or fib or GP, I want you to smash that like button. Tony, can you work on him? He hates saying it. I never say those words, Creighton. It's hard. It's hard. It is very hard. You're funny. Shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate all the super chats, bro, for real. Okay, let's continue on. We are running out of time here, guys. I'm going to take a quick look at ApeCoin. And this will be the last one. Pepe, shout out to, oh, God, I don't know how to say that. I'm going to call you Mad because that's the last 3 letters of your name. I apologize. But I will try to take a look at Pepe tomorrow. We're going to take a look at ApeCoin. If I look at all of them, we'll wind up being here till 2 in the morning. But I always try to take a look at as many as I can. But we will, Tony, if you could add Pepe to the list tomorrow, we will take a look at that on tomorrow's live stream. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. Take a look at ApeCoin real quick. We're going to go quick and dirty on this. Here we are. Quick and dirty, and not only quick and dirty, but quick and simple, guys. Quick and simple. So there you go. I knew that was going to be the case, right? You had your little value area down here that we created as, you know, ApeCoin just gotten absolutely decimated. Do we have a – let me see. Okay, I guess it's kind of the same thing. But here we go, right? You have your value area. Let me go ahead and pull the range. You have your value area right here. Bing bong around, breakout, bullish retest on that value area high. You know, money flow creeping to the upside. I cannot unsee this money flow coming up on the daily on a lot of this stuff, guys. So with that being said, you know, are you getting a bearish? Did you get the bearish divergence on the 6 hour? Yes. Boom. And another perfect way to be looking at the markets, guys. Higher highs on your price action, lower highs on your momentum waves, big move down to that value area high. Like, you're deviated above your value area. This is the fair price for ApeCoin. Big imbalance. You are now overbought, essentially, looking at this as an overvalued price for ApeCoin, and you're looking for your significant short signals to get into some short positions before moving back to the downside to hit that value area high. And this is always a good place to be looking to take profit because, you know, sometimes you test those value area highs before continuing back up. Now, take a look at the daily. Money flow coming up, VWAP coming down. So with that daily red dot so close to printing, I have to say, you may be able to get a continued move down here once that red dot prints. In the short term, VWAP is curving back up. Your 2-hour green dot is looking to print, so you may be able to get a bounce off this level locally. But with the red dot printing on the daily, I do think you may just get a retracement before coming down a little bit lower. If you do wind up getting that, you want to take a look at where your golden pockets are. Full golden pocket retracement, which we already did come down and tap. So the next key level I'd be looking at if you get a continued move down would simply be the 786 golden pocket confluence sitting right here between $1.19 and $1.12. And if you wind up, maybe you get a little bit of a bounce, you get a rejection, get below that value area high, maybe you go for the 786 POC. That would be the next place I would be looking for a potential scalp long position. If you break that POC, I would simply be looking to come down to your value area low, which would be naturally where you'd be looking for long positions as well. So quick and dirty on ApeCoin, I would look for a bounce at the value area high, but if you lose this, I would look for a potential shot down to this next blue box where I would potentially be looking for a scalp long back up to the value area high. Other than that, though, looking very similar to Bitcoin with the red dot looking to print on the daily. So there you go. Like, everything really looks the same as far as everything kind of looks the same as far as Market Cipher B. There you go. Little bit of a helicopter noise sound effect for you guys. Let's go. But guys, I think that is all the time we've got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Now, smash that like button if you have not already, guys. We're going to pull up the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. But I do just want to talk to you guys really quickly because I really am going to seriously not really talk about this anymore because it's not what I want to do, and it's not why I do what I do here. So we're going to spin the wheel in just a second. And let's spin the wheel real quick, and then we'll get into kind of like a little statement that I want to make to you guys. So just stick around. You guys can always rewatch this. I encourage you guys to maybe share this with other people as well. But here we go. How many likes did we get? Did we get 550? Let's see. 476. Smash that like button, guys. We got 4 spins. If we get 550 before I'm done spinning the wheel, we will spin it 10 times to add some more free stuff to the giveaways this week. Let's go. There we go. All right, give him a giveaway, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Spin numero dos. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go. Bada boom, bada bing. Give him 2 giveaways. Let's go. Smash that like button. Let's go. Spam the smash likes in chat. Let's go. This channel is for the sauce. Let's go. Shout out to Background Vibes. That is dang right. That is what this channel is for. 100%. But I do just kind of want to share something with you guys because I also think it's kind of cool. But yeah, let's go. Give him another giveaway. All right, we'll give him 5. We got to give him 5, right? We can't give him 4. But yeah, let's see. Battery dies right before the sauce. Shout out to Chris. It's okay, bro. It will be recorded. You can always rewatch. No worries, my man. But let's see. 1, 2, 3 out of 5 giveaways. Not too bad. That's not too bad of a hit rate. Shout out to Learning with the Crystal Balls in chat. You know we got the crystal balls over here. But there we go. Let's give one more. I'm just excited to be back, guys. You have no idea. Let's see. Hey, Jungle Boy 420. What's up, bro? Creighton C says, I love Tony D. I love Tony D as well. But here we go. All right, we got 3. Okay, 3 out of 6, guys. I lowered the hit rate. But hey, we tried again. So add those 3 giveaways to the giveaways this week. Mods, I appreciate everybody, or all our mods, for keeping track of this stuff, because if they didn't, I would be in pretty big trouble. Let's see. Tony took our fire emoji. What the? Tony. He's probably improving it, Dave. He's probably improving it. Shout out to Gary Rogers. Says, Frankie, happy to see you flying after the hiccups. I appreciate you, Gary. And real quick, this is the last time I'm going to talk about this, guys, but I want to show you guys something really, really cool. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of sad, and honestly, it makes me a little bit sad. But I do just want to I want to talk to you guys face to face really quickly, because the internet gets crazy, and I want you guys. You guys know I had a pretty dark week last week. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, right? Because I want to stop talking about this. And I'm going to after this. It's going to be the last time I touch on this, unless I absolutely have to for some reason, which I pray is not the case. But you guys know I had a really rough week last week. It got really dark at one point. It got really scary at one point. And I almost lost myself for a minute. But you guys kept me going, right? You guys sent me all these really, really nice, heartfelt messages about why you watch the channel and the difference it's made in your life. And just that, like, I've become a part of people's daily routines. And I have some people that reach out to me and say that they don't even know what I'm talking about, but they watch me just because I make their day better. And I realized what an impact that I can have on people's lives, not only helping them make money in crypto, but also by just making them smile. As you guys know, like, I'm a really upbeat, positive person. I'm high energy. I'm very happy. And I wasn't always like that. That's why I enjoy being such a positive, happy person now, because I've been to the lowest dark of the dark. And I like to be happy and positive because that's what I wanted for my future, and I'm finally able to be like that. And I built this whole channel off of positivity and free value, more importantly, just providing as much free value as I possibly can. And it's not because I want to pretend that I'm playing this character that is positive, and I play this character that, look at this free stuff I give away for, like, to get people to sign up for my stuff or anything like that. The reason I provide free value is because that's who I am as a person. I don't want nothing. I don't want anything for nothing, right? Like I want to work my way. I want to provide as much free value, and I truly believe givers gain. That's where all this came from. Actually, I think Crypto Billy actually was the first person to say givers gain. But it really is, like, it's my life. It's my life motto. It's like givers gain. If you do the right thing behind closed doors, and you fight the good fight, and it will come back to you. If you provide people with value, it will come back to you 10 times over. If you genuinely provide good value, right? And I've built this whole channel off of positivity. That's why I hate all this stuff that has happened over the past week, because the internet's crazy, and a lot of stuff gets said that's not true. No one really knows all the details, especially unless they're involved directly. If you guys saw my Twitter post, you'll know exactly where I stand with all this. But through all this, guys, I actually stumbled across the original cold email that I sent to Ben and TJ to get my way down here to Atlanta to start this whole journey that has been my life for the past two years or so. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it gives you guys insight into who I am as a person. And when I got this job, or when I got the job at to help Ben and TJ, I had no idea I was going to have a YouTube channel. It wasn't in the plan. I didn't have the plan. They didn't have the plan. This all was just part of the universal, like, the universe wanted this to happen. And I was always excited. Like, this was a very, very big, this was like a dream of mine. Like, this was my dream to come down and do this. And I found my original email, and I thought it would be really cool to share it with you guys, because I want to be very clear. Again, like, providing free value has been part of my personality. That is part of me as a person, not my brand. It is now my brand, but not because I built it that way. It's because it's who I am as a person. And I want to be as transparent as possible with you guys to show you that my brand is me as a person. There's not amount of money I could be bought for. There's not a thing anybody can do to make me come up here and misguide my viewers, ever. Someone could offer me $1 million, $10 million, $100 million. I will never mislead you guys or just come up here. And, I talked about this in the premium Discord. As the bull run approaches, you're going to see a lot of new YouTubers pop up. And it's because it's an opportunity to that's where attention's going to go. Crypto YouTube is going to be a big place where attention's going to go. And there's going to be a lot of new people that come into the space to capitalize on the attention, not to provide actual value to you. They're going to probably want to just come up and just read through and talk about crypto and like get you to sign up for their stuff. And they're not going to really want to provide you with value. And there's a lot of good people in the space. And obviously you guys know that. People we collab with, you guys know who they are. And there's a lot of good people in the space, but be careful as these new people start to come in. Not everyone's going to be as transparent with you or as genuine. And I just want to show you guys that through this email that I originally sent Ben and TJ before I ever thought this was ever possible, I thought my dream was to come work for them and be able to provide them value with skills I've developed in my life and also be able to continue my trading career while working a job, right? And then eventually I would just wind up stop doing the job because, crypto would happen, right? So here it is. I'm going to read it to you guys. I'm going to read it to you off screen real quick. And I mean, I could show it to you as well, but I'm just going to let me just read it off real quick because I think you guys will find a lot very interesting, right? I read this the other day and bawled my eyes out. But anyway, it goes something like this. Hey, Ben and TJ, my name is Frank. I'm 28 years old. And this all happened because I saw a daily vlog where they were talking about people applying for jobs, and they said, I'll come work for you guys, but they never said what they could do. And they were talking about that, and I saw that on a video and said, hey, let me go ahead and shoot them an email real quick and see if maybe I could shoot my shot here. And for anybody out there, who might be trying to reach for the stars or something, understand that this was the 250,000th cold email that I sent to try to make something happen. I've sent a million different emails to a million different people, and out of 250 bazillion of them, this is the one that got through by some luck of the draw, right? Hey, Ben and TJ, my name is Frank. I'm 28 years old, and I actually know what kind of value I can provide for your company. I'm a professional video producer, and I mentioned other businesses that I had, other business ventures I'd had, an avid Amazon FBA seller and passionate crypto trader and hodler. Your channel has really helped me financially, and I cannot be more grateful for the content you produce. I'm reaching out to offer my expertise in professional video production. I have 10 years of experience in high-end TV production. I'm also passionate about making money in crypto and other online methods. It would be an honor to come down and work for BitBoy Crypto for absolutely free. I know you've been getting a lot of empty offers about people coming to work for free, but they can't tell you exactly what they can offer. I'll tell you exactly what I can offer. And then I listed all the things. It's like 10 things I could offer. Video production, 10 years experience, crypto, whatever it is. I can pull the screenshot up here in a minute, but just listed off my skills. And then I said, I feel your company is a rare match for my skills and personality. I currently live in New York. However, I have family in Marietta, Georgia, my dream state, which I believe is close to you guys. I will travel down to Atlanta on my own dollar just for the opportunity to meet you and see if I would be a good fit for the team. I know you just hired a videographer, but when the time comes to expand your video department for BitBoy Crypto and Hit Network, I know that I will become an invaluable, irreplaceable part of your team and will do so at zero cost to you. Didn't know it was going to turn into this irreplaceable, but it said, I've been waiting for an opportunity to make ATL my home city, and this is it. I would love to set up a time to talk more in detail about how I can provide value for your companies. Thank you for creating the best the best content on YouTube, and I really look forward to speaking with you guys and becoming a part of your team. Best, Frank. And this is... the reason I bring this up is because it just shows that, I hope this gives you guys a look behind the scenes of how excited I was for this opportunity. And this was my dream. I uprooted my entire life. I moved 1,000 miles away to come move to a new city. And it was a dream to work for my favorite YouTube channel. And this is personal for me, and hopefully this gives you guys insight into why it's not about picking sides for me. There is no sides. Both Ben and TJ changed my life for the better, and they both know that. I've talked to them both. I love them. They love me. There is no hard feelings between any of us. And if you hear that from anybody, it's a lie. And I will always be grateful for them, and they know that. And I just feel like the best thing for me to do right now is my stance is clear. I stand with the CandleMafia. I've been blessed with the opportunity to build this community into the beautiful people and group that we are. And I stand with the Candle Mafia, and I'm not here for the drama. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about the money. Like I said, there's not an amount of money I could be bought for. I care about helping and providing free value. And hopefully by showing you guys this email, like I wanted to come work for free. I wanted to provide all of this value, which is funny because I did not know Frankie Candles was going to be a thing. I thought I was going to be trading on the side, providing them with video production. And I realized reading this that like Frankie Candles is me. It's not a brand that I built. It's my brand has become who I am as a person. And I've always wanted to create free value for not just people on YouTube, but for anybody. My bosses that I work for. I am always about providing as much value and being as helpful as possible because I truly and genuinely believe that it will come back to me in some form or fashion if I continue to do that. So, and this is an email from years ago. And I just hope, you know, I know the Candle Mafia is amazing, and I know you guys aren't out there saying any of this stuff, but I know that during the drama and all the heat of the moment, especially on crypto Twitter and crypto YouTube, things can get crazy. But just don't listen to like the first thing that you hear. I will always tell the truth, not because I want to build a good brand. It's because it's who I am as a person, and hopefully, you know, this email, you guys can kind of see who I am even years ago, before I thought I was going to be a YouTuber, and it is true. This is me as a person, and I will never misguide you intentionally. I will never take an amount of money, hey, promote this coin. You know, we'll give you $1 bazillion, promote this coin. Never in a million years would I ever misguide you with bad information. I am here to provide you actual data on the charts. I bring the charts to you. I am not making this stuff up. I have no bias. I have no reason to lie. I have nothing to hide. Because this is who I am to the core. And thank God I've been honest and a good person this far in my life because I don't really have to defend myself. So just want to say this as the last time I talk about this. I hope this guys gives you a little bit of insight into what's going on behind the scenes or who I am behind the scenes through this 3-year-old email. Just still trying to provide value. It's just who I am as a person. Ben and TJ are both very special people in my life. They have helped me out endlessly. There is no sides for me to pick. Neither of them have done anything to me. They've both just done nothing but help me. So I think the best thing for me to do is stand for the only thing I can think of to stand for, and that is you, the Candle Mafia, and I will continue to show up every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, regardless of the drama going on online. It's over for me. I wish the best for everybody, and they all know where I stand. I talk to all of these people personally. I love them both. They love me. There is no drama. There is no hate at all. I talk to these people often, right? So just please understand that. Thank you all for sticking through me with this, sticking with me through this. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. I need to get back to the charts and creating the content on my regular schedule and providing the best value I can. I want to continue losing sleep and being stressed out over making videos and trading, not over some crazy drama that has nothing to do with me. That's where I stand. I love you, the Candle Mafia. I will stand for you and fight for you. This is my stance. There's nothing else that I would rather stand for than this beautiful community that I got to build. And whether I have a YouTube channel that has 53,000 subscribers or 0 subscribers, I will show up every single day, and I will be doing this TA and providing this free value for you because that is what I like to do. That is what makes me happy, and that's who I am as a human. And unless you know me in person, there's no way you can think differently. And with all that being said, I love each and every single one of you guys. I am not just saying that because I'm on camera. I'm saying that because that is truly how I feel as a person. Hopefully, that gives some clarity into what's going on. That is the last time I will speak about it. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys right here. Same place, same time. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. I'll see you guys next time. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. We stillin' at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot, still tryna flip it out the stove. Rockin' fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash, cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city, cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no, I can't keep from me. Told me I should leave. I see the bigger picture, and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it, we gon' get back on our feet. And I put that on me. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Or die too young. 100 miles per hour might crash, cause good die young. Yeah, but here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home.
Some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets ugly, but I got a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop, he paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire rope. D'Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gonna block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them down.
Well, whoever's still here, you get to see something. You get to see something pretty funny. I'm just kidding, guys. Real quick though, I do just gotta show you guys. On these Frankie fake outs, I was gonna make a goat noise, but I figured why not just show you me hanging out with my best friends, which are all goats. So yeah, I give me a second here, guys. I have like PTSD from pulling up Discord on stream. So let me just triple check. There's nothing really showing here. I don't think there is. And here we go. There we are, baby. Hanging out with my boys. Actually, you guys will see Crypto Billy here in a minute. Just hanging out with my goat friends. I was just having an absolute blast with them, guys. I tried to... Mrs. Candle said she's busted in and said don't make the noise. But yeah, I'm just hanging out with the goats, guys. I tried to grab a couple of them. They didn't like it. That guy hit me with his horns. But it was a great time. I love the goats. Yeah, this guy was not having it. But yeah, we're out here chilling with the goats, guys. They kicked me out of that little petting area because I got into some arguments with some of the goats. They were saying they're the goat, and I said I'm the goat. I'm like, you don't get it. The CandleMafia said I'm the goat, and they're like, no, I'm an actual goat. But to everyone else, it just sounded like us going, blah, blah, blah. And it was bad. They kicked me out. But anyway, guys, that's all the time I got. I will see you guys here tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, man, we Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll.